And it goes a little something like.
Hello everyone, welcome back. You guys are probably like, Brenna, where's the vlog?
That means that our new 2024 Miss Louisiana is
It's coming, I promise. I'm here today with a brand new accessory. Here's everyone's favorite part. Look how gorgeous she is. Oh my gosh. So that vlog is coming soon, I promise. I'm just waiting for my professional video to come in. It was an incredible weekend, I will say that. I was not only blessed to come home with the Miss Louisiana title for National American Miss, but also won all of my optionals, and I get to go to nationals. And my favorite part about the weekend is that I made the best of friends. Like, I've been with NAM since 2015, and I think that this group of girls has been the most amazing girls I have ever met. You guys are also probably like, Brenna, why are you in a nightgown and your hair is wet? I have been struggling, guys. First of all, don't know if you could see this masterpiece, and on this side, and on my hand. I was in the hospital for 3 hours in the emergency room dealing with a large kidney stone, and then my IV wouldn't work. They had to poke me 6 times. I've been dealing with that. I'm on like 5 different medications, but you know what? We are thriving. I wanted to get this video out before the state pageants start to pick up. I've had a lot of girls ask me for tips and tricks for the National American Miss state system. So I have 10 here for you guys today that I hope they're unique and help you a little bit before your next state pageant. Before we begin, my next video is going to be a Q&A, so please head over to my Instagram story right now, and you guys can post your questions and be featured in my next video. The first tip that I have for you guys today is be organized. Whether this comes to packing, your check-in schedule, your outfits, anything like that, being organized on pageant weekend is going to help you a ton. What we like to do is keep my schedule in my hotel room on the desk, take a picture of it on your phone, and have that hard copy. Keep yourself organized. Know what you were doing that day at what time. Also, when you're packing, have all your outfits together. I made that little clip in my packing video. Have your accessories, shoes, and outfits all in one little section so you know that you have every single piece that you need for that weekend. Another thing I like to do is for check-in, have a binder with clear dividers for all of your paperwork, or a lot of girls use the accordion folders where you can put subjects. That's very helpful as well, because during check-in, if it's your first time competing, you'll be getting papers back and you have to give papers to whoever's at the table. And it does get a little overwhelming because we only have 2 hands to hold things. Very, very good options. My next tip is if you are competing in the National American Miss state system, I definitely recommend competing in the optionals, whether it's one or all of them. It's a great way to get comfortable on the stage without affecting your score for the Queen's title. My next tip is don't go and buy the designer gowns. Now, this may come as a shock to most of you, but you girls do not need to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a wardrobe. I promise you, to the judge's eyes, it does not matter. As long as you are confident in your outfit and it fits you well, it does not matter. When I was a teen and I won in a discount Dillard's dress, and my outfit for interview was like $7 from the mall. One of my favorite websites or apps to go to, not sponsored, I wish it was, is Queenly. You have a lot of pageant girls that resell their outfits. I even have an account, which I'll put in the description box below if you guys wanted to check out any of my outfits. The great thing about this app is you can message the buyer and even kind of like budget with them and discuss like discounts and things like that. I was able to get a dress down to $300. That was originally like $500. So it's a great way to negotiate prices and get those top designer gowns for way less of a price. Another good option that I just found out from Miss Brienne, one of the state directors, is you can actually take a picture of someone's outfit or like an outfit you like online, and you can Google search the picture and you can find cheaper options of similar items. Great way to do that. Amazon's a really good place for interview outfits or like casual outfits. Go to your local mall, go to your local TJ Maxx, piece together outfits for check-in, casual wear, top model. Very great options for that. The only thing I really spend more money on is my evening gown, and that's only been recently. I just think that if you're gonna spend the money, spend it for like a gown, not for your check-ins and things like that. Because if I'm being completely honest, you're gonna wear these outfits once or twice and you're never gonna wear them again. So I'd rather you spend the money for doing optional contests or being able to represent your state, being able to do more community service, make appearances, than spending it on outfits that you're not gonna wear again. Tip number 4 is practice. I know this sounds really basic, but please practice in your heels and in your gown for evening wear or for formal wear. This is because I have seen girls, I have done it myself, who have tripped in gown. You must practice. That stage is slippery. Not to scare you, but you need to practice in your heels because it's really hard to walk in heels if you've never walked in heels before, especially in a floor-length gown. Now, to go along with this, I also want to preference to practice your personal introduction. A great way to do this is standing in front of a mirror and standing in your pretty feet position and just practicing how you're going to look at the judges and say your introduction. Introduction is all about the way you say things, not what you're actually saying. So it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you hit those 3 bullet points and you say it confidently, you're gonna do great in the system. My next tip is go into the National American Miss system acting like it's not a competition. I had to learn this the hard way because after going to nationals my first year, I would compare myself to certain girls that have been in the system and have the designer gowns and have the hair and makeup artists and have the pageant coaches that I didn't have, and I felt like I was less than that girl. And the funny thing is that you can't compare yourself like that because you're never going to capture the title in that way. You have to believe in yourself no matter how cheesy it sounds, but you have to believe that you can win this on your own. You have to believe that you are good enough to represent your state in this title and this organization. And if you're acting competitive all weekend long, you are not going to make those lifelong friends. You're not going to make those fun memories because you're going to be too stressed out the competition. And if I'm being so honest, this past pageant weekend, I went into it just like, I'm just gonna have fun. Whatever happens, happens. And I had one of the best weekends of my entire life. Kind of going along to that, the next tip I have is being uniquely yourself, being truthful to yourself. Please do not lie in your interview. Whatever you put on your resume, it's okay. You do not have to win best resume. It is not going to affect you. Just be yourself. Because if you get in that situation where you lie on your resume and they ask you a question in your interview, you're not going to know what to say and they are going to know that you are lying. This is not a good look on you. We just all want you to do your best. My next tip is about pageant weekend specifically. I put plan ahead. This is very important because you are going to be, if you're like me who likes to compete in everything, you're going to be running around, switching outfits, stressed out when you're going to be able to do your hair and makeup. The best advice I can give you is take your pageant schedule and just take it day by day. Make sure you pack snacks, make sure you know what time you're gonna have time to change, what time you're gonna be able to touch up on your makeup, what time you're gonna be able to practice. Just take it day by day and breathe. It is so important to eat and breathe during pageant weekend. I know I've been in situations, especially at nationals, where I didn't eat for a long period of time and then I just felt sick and horrible the rest of the weekend. Don't do that. It is so important for you to be healthy and to stay active because pageant weekend is overwhelming. It is a lot, but it's also so much fun and we want you to do your best. Backtracking just a little bit, my next tip is to practice your interview but do not pre-plan. Now personally, I like going into interview just free. I don't practice very much for interview. I'll like know some of the questions, not that they're gonna ask, but I'll know some like practice questions and do those on my own, but do not practice what exactly you are going to say because you never know what the judges are gonna ask you in interview. So do not pre-plan your answers. Just practice a few questions. A good question to practice is, why do you want to represent NAM? Why do you want to represent your state? A good question to practice is, tell me about yourself Anything off of your resume are good questions to ask yourself before heading into that interview. And like I said before, just be yourself in the interview. I like making the judges laugh sometimes just for fun, if I mess up, because then they're gonna forget about it. I also like just expressing myself and like my true self. I think I grossed out one of the judges this previous weekend because I started talking about how I like horror movies. So, just be yourself. Number 9 is very important to me. You need to find out and think really hard about why do you want to be the next representative for your National American Miss pageant. This is extremely important because there are so many girls that don't really know what NAM is about and go into the system, go into pageant weekend. It's like, all I want is this crown that's metal, like it's just metal, or this sash. That's all good and great, and it's fun to like wear the crown and banner, don't get me wrong, but you need to figure out what you are going to do with this title, because if you were competing against a girl who says, I'm going to use this title to grow my platform and to make appearances and to be a role model to my sister queens, and you're just like, I want the crown and banner, who do you think they're going to give it to? You have to have a very specific reason. Don't copy other girls' answers. Again, be true to yourself and just find your why. Now, finding your why will come up many, many times in pageantry. I've seen girls that place first runner-up at nationals over and over and over again, and they start to get down on themselves and give up, and they'll come back to the system even stronger and be like, I found out why I do this. I found out why I'm going to come back and why I'm going to win this title. That is the most important thing I can recommend to keep in your mind during pageant weekend is, why are you doing this? And last but not least, tip number 10 is think like a queen. My favorite motto, because when I am on stage, I imagine that I already have this crown on my head. You can imagine that you're one of those visiting queens just giving an example to the audience. This is going to come across better than you think because it's going to look like you have more confidence. And it's going to look like she is already wearing that crown. I can see her in that crown. I just need to look at all the judges. I just need to make sure I look at all the judges. And it's very scary and robotic. Now, imagining you have this gorgeous National American Miss crown on your head. You're already the queen. You're showing off your new accessories. You're showing off your beautiful gown. Not my little nightgown, like you would imagine. You are confident. You're still looking at those judges, but you already won. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you need me, please reach out to me on all my social medias or leave a comment down below. I'm so excited to be making multiple videos for you guys this year and being a help to you all. National American Miss is such a special thing in my life, and I love being able to inspire new girls to try out the system and help out girls that's been doing it for years. So if you have any questions, comments, don't be afraid to DM me on Instagram. Reach out to me. I'm here to help. I'm here to cheer you guys on, hoping to travel to some state pageants, and I wish you all the best of luck. See you next time.
If you would like to sponsor me for nationals this November, it would be greatly appreciated. I am holding raffles each month leading up to November, where the first place winner will win $60, second place $30, and third $10. Please head over to my Facebook, link in description, to help me below.